We're not in my garage. Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Chris today. We're gonna be filming both of these cars behind me. Tell me about your car for a little bit.
This is your regular base model S-Class that you could find with no options, and I just decided to do AMG stuff to it without it being an AMG.
So Chris actually had a CLS 550. It was a little bit short-lived. It's
very short-lived. It only lasted a month.
I think less than a month.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's okay. We converted him back into a Mercedes. You know, he's, like I said, more into the American cars, but we got him into the right side. But besides that, tell me what you got done to it, or at least tell the people what they got done to it if they want to see it in the future.
So, as soon as I got it, I immediately threw on downpipes, removed the resonators, an X-pipe, and then threw a Wise Tech Stage 2 tune on it. So it rips for what it is.
Yeah, no, this car is actually a mean machine, and I'll go ahead and put a few exhaust clips of this now. But today, we are mainly focusing on this. This is my 2011, or not mine, this is my family's 2011 G55 AMG. You can see it's actually a little bit cleaner than what you guys saw last time in Project Evo. Now, is this gonna be a quick video today, going over the stuff we have done to it, what we're gonna do in the future, why this is the perfect mafia car between the two. So, he's laughing over there. But you can see, it looks clean, but I can assure you this black paint has seen its fair share of scratches because we actually off-road this. We take it off-roading. Hello, people.
You gotta put the clips in of that too.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. We actually pulled a few Jeeps out with this, you know. It's actually a lot of fun taking this. There's like a few pretty noticeable dings in here. We actually broke this exhaust because of a rock hitting it, you know. The quad pipes, but that's all right. Now, what have we done to it? Honestly, this is pretty stock. It's your run-of-the-mill G55. There's nothing crazy done to it. This does have the M113K. Mercedes made it from 2003 till 2012 when it got replaced by the G63 with the 157 or 278 engine. So, but the main thing that we have done to this is that we actually have widened the wheels a little bit. This does have wheel spacers on there. Let's see if you can get a good peek of it. So it gives it that little bit more aggressive stance compared to stock. You know, the wheels would poke in a lot more. Yeah, no, Chris has seen it. Tell me about it.
So this isn't your regular grocery getter for rich mom type of car. They actually use it and off-road it. As you can see in the clips, and they even put this thing in half, like sunken underwater.
Yeah, so we actually have another one, a G63 that my uncle has. But back in 2016, we jumped it, we jumped his, flooded his.
It pulled Jeeps out of the mud.
Yeah, we used it to pull our boat and everything, and these just take the beating like it's no problem.
On stock tires, not even off-road tires.
Yeah, on these stock street tires. And I'll put some clips if you don't believe it. Now, before this was obviously Beverly Hillinized, you know, this was a military vehicle. It was meant for the Austrian and Swiss military. That's why it is a body-on-frame, solid front and rear axle system with recirculating ball steering. Now, that's not very common. They actually did away with that in the new G-Wagons. So if you get a good look, you can barely see it. But we actually have some more damage right there from when we actually hit a rock going down a steep incline. Now, Chris drove it a little while ago. You know, he said it's very stiff and everything. But I mean, a lot of people like it for the door sounds, which Sounds like closing a bank vault. Everything about the car is very well put together. Now going to the inside, honestly, like I said, we have nothing done to this car. Maybe in the future we're gonna put a smaller pulley on it, and most likely it's gonna be an 83, just so we can still daily drive it, or at least drive it without having to worry about it heat soaking. Now, if you don't know, these 113 engines, with the compressor, they heat soak very easily because of the way the supercharger is designed. It's in between the valley, or the intercooler is in between the valley, so it heat soaks. And especially with anything below an 83 millimeter, it just heat soaks very, very easily. So on these engines, it's very imperative that you do cooling first, like I did on my E55. But we're not gonna do that on the G-Wagon. 83 millimeter is okay stock, with the stock cooling and the Bosch O10 pump, so that's fine. But I mean, even he can tell you, it sounds pretty good and it's pretty quick for what it is. Yeah, I mean, this was the final version of the 113K with the 580 supercharger. I believe this may have the 82 millimeter throttle body as well. And it's just I believe this is the final version of the 113K engine. Now today, we're taking a little bit of a different approach. This beach is very, very soft. There's actually a car stuck behind us, but I'm sure you can hear the V8 growing. This thing is a mean machine. Now, there's not much off-road places here in North Florida, so that's why I'm here at the beach today. And because that's the most off-road I guess we can get here. There used to be a few places like Hard Rock Off-Road Park in Ocala that we used to go to. But they got shut down here. Let me put this on. Let's stop. They got shut down a while ago, and there used to be another sand place, or a place with dunes in Jacksonville, but that place also got closed down. So this is the best I could get with a close location. Now I got ESP off here, but to be honest, there's not much that we have done to this G55. We've been just kind of enjoying it for what it is. Now I do love the look of the facelift G63, but man, I just love the aspect of this full steel front bumper, and I honestly kind of prefer this over the facelift. I like both, but I just like this one just a little bit better. Now, yes, I know all of them look the same. They're all a square box, but they've gotten small changes over time. Now, it's been in the family for a long time, though. This has been in my family since 2016, and that's actually almost 10 years now, believe it or not. So it's cool, but again, we actually use it what it's meant for. Now, ride-wise, yeah, like I said before, it's not exactly the softest ride. It's not an S-Class. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be an off-roader, and it rides that way. Like I said earlier, the new 464 version of the G-Wagon rides a lot better. It's got independent front suspension. This has obviously the solid front axle, and it's just two different machines. But you know what? I'd rather take this than the new one. I don't care. If anybody knows of any good places like sand dunes, or even possibly hills in the North Florida area, comment down below, because I would love to take this out there. Unfortunately, like I said, Hard Rock Off-Road Park in Ocala got bought out and they shut that down, unfortunately. Now, this was the very first AMG that I have ever driven. So, in a way, this specific G-Wagon, as the body style may not be special, this G-Wagon is special to me. Because, again, this is the one that kind of ignited my passion for the 113 engine. And even though it's a giant box, it's easy to get in trouble with this. We have the wood interior with the older style gauge cluster, and honestly, I love it, the interior for what it is. You know, it's a little bit outdated between the wood. You know, it's not as modern as the G63, but honestly,
It's classy.
Yeah.
Classy, simple. What more can you ask for?
Exactly. I mean, compared to his S-Class over there, is a night-and-day difference. But you really can't compare the two. Now, you'll notice that there's a big hole over here, and that's because this headliner is actually out of a G63. And we were planning on actually making an adapter plate for that, but as soon as we installed it, the headliner started sagging, so we're actually just gonna throw the old one back on and rewrap it. We're back in the garage now, but that is our G55 for you. If you like this type of content, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. Should we modify this? Should we maybe throw a set of long tube headers on here? There's not many people that, you know, make long tube headers for G55 just the way because of the header layout. But again, thank you guys for watching.